Hello everybody, you're watching Divide by Zero Gaming. I am Brent and I'm here with Ari for a change instead
Yeah.
of Tony, because Tony is not around right now. So we're going to bring you a replay. Also, Tony wasn't in this replay, which is another reason he's not going to be part of it. If you're looking at our team comp right now, you might be slightly confused. We have a Kale, we have a Jenna, we have a Sona, we have a Soraka, and we have a lovely pink legwarmer Tarek. So yeah, we originally did this as a troll game, just an all-support game, just to have a little fun on our own. And then, you can see us saying right now, support is the new meta. So yeah, this was a full 5 pre-meta, I should mention. Our friend Lauren's playing the Janna, Ari's playing Soraka, I'm playing the Tarek, our friend John is playing the Kale, and our friend Walker is playing the Sona. So, we, as I was saying, did this little troll game just for fun, and then we realized it actually worked better than we expected, so we decided to start making a habit out of it whenever we had a full 5 on, because it's actually pretty fun. So we're going to have myself playing Tarek, building tanky, Jenna's going to be our actual legit support, Sona's going to be our AP carry, Soraka's going to be AP as well, and Kale is going to be our AD carry.
So you see, the thing is with this is that beside the fact that they're normally all support, you actually do have one of every major role.
Yeah, that's the thing, is you kind of get all these weird hybrid roles going on, so on top of having, like, a nice AP carry and a nice tank, you also get, like, crap tons of healing, and it's kind of disturbing. So,
Yeah.
I didn't actually run you through the other team, and I should probably do that, because we had to skip past the loading screen to get our replays synced. So they're going to have a Cho'Gath, a Jin Zhao going jungle, a Tryndamere, a Nidalee, and a Caitlyn. I believe Caitlyn and Nidalee take bottom, Tryndamere goes mid, and Cho'Gath is soloing top, so we're going to keep an eye on all that. We do see the Tryndamere right here in mid coming in, and he and Sona are going to be having a little farm war. Tryndamere, not the best mid-champion.
Yeah, I wouldn't have picked
left with
Tryndamere in mid. I honestly, if I was on their team, I would have picked either Nidalee or Caitlyn, mostly because they have the long range. Now that Tryndamere's in mid, Sona is going to have a really easy time with that.
Yeah, I think there were a couple of issues with the team comp. I think they put the Caitlyn bottom because they wanted to support carry lane and weren't really aware of the fact that Nidalee's support is not the greatest considering the current way that all her stats are. And as
Yeah.
of some of the more recent patches, support Nidalee isn't really something that works out very well.
Nerfed.
Yeah. Hit with the Nerf bat. So anyway, we are going to have a nice little farm war going on down here. If we look at the CS, I do believe that Janna was pretty much trying to let me get most of the CS so I could be a nice tank, and she doesn't really need it as much. Caitlyn is just putting down traps everywhere, and that was becoming super annoying. Up top, we do have a little bit of skirmish going on. They are pushing up to turret, and Cho'Gath is just trying to defend that.
Yeah, you probably can't see the health bars right now, but Cho is actually really low. He has like 1.5 health bars left. We were trying to see if we can harass him down, but as 2 support, we don't have much burst.
Yeah, so unfortunately, that is one issue with the wall replay function, as we have said before, is that the health bars don't display anywhere that you weren't actually looking at that point in the game. So as you can see, we can see these health bars. We do have them actually trying to turret dive up there. Looks like you took a fair amount of damage there. Ari.
Yeah,
So
I
that
did.
was not
Well,
your
but we
finest
get the
hour.
first blood.
Oh, well.
Support
Okay,
is the
so
new
they
meta.
just... Support is the new meta. Right here, Jin Zhao trying to gank mid. Walker does get a nice little flash, and he does manage to get out of there. It was kind of an awkward over that wall flash. Not quite what he planned, but it did help him get away. So not great that he had to burn the flash, but he did manage to avoid the gank, so that is good.
By the way-
Don't want to be feeding a Jin Zhao, because that is scary.
Oh, Cho has felt the wrath of the new meat, if you can see that.
Yeah, we had a little typo there, and it became a running joke, just to warn you, because we're not original.
Oh, Xinjiao is coming in for the gank again.
Oh, he is going in for the gag again. A nice stun there, or not a stun, but that little wrap thing by the Sona. He does turn around, she gets the Stunner from Tryndamere, and she does fall back to the turret, so she is going to manage to stay away. It's really hard to narrate those ganks, because like I said, I cannot see the health bars.
Yeah,
So,
I don't know,
F
but
my
I'm
life.
guessing for some reason Xinjiao did not hit his 3rd Talon strike, which
Yeah, I think
given him-
because it was right on top of the turret by the time he needed to do that, and he just really didn't want to try to go on a turret like that.
That's true.
Especially, like, he's only, what is he, level 3 at this point, or level 2?
I don't.
It's glitching out and telling me he's level 1. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
same
that's
with
not
me
right.
right now.
But he's not high enough level that he's going to be tanking that turret. And as you can see, Sona did start off with a Mechie Pennant, so she's going mana regen first, but she is going to be building up into a more AP build later. And as you'll see, the burst on that Sona actually gets kind of disturbing by the late game.
By the way, if we call Zephyr by Walker, that's because that's his real name. If we call Auto Zombie by Lauren, that's because that's her real name. There will probably be some slips here and there,
Yeah.
so you'll just know
Well,
when you.
I'm trying to refer to them by the champion names to keep that straight, but if you hear us slipping up with the real names, we apologize for that. So anyway, Sona doing a little bit more harass on the Trendemir right there. Arri, you are going back up into the lane. It looks like you're going to go around to try to gank this Cho'Gath.
Yeah, I think...
because you are going down through the jungle right here.
Oh, no, I was putting down a
something's
ward,
going-
if you can see that, and I was
yeah,
trying to
there's the
see if I
ward.
can get some harass on the Cho. The Cho is starting to play more cautiously now that we were able to harass him a lot.
Yeah, you did get the silence and the starfall there, and a nice slow coming in from the Kale, but it's not really... I don't know if you're gonna get a kill. I can't see his health.
I
Don't
don't
hate
remember
me.
getting a kill on this, but he is very low. He has 3 bars right now.
Yeah, he does have that health potion up, so... Oh yeah, you're actually watching your version of the replay, aren't
Yeah,
you?
see,
So
that's
you
the
can see
thing,
his
yeah.
health bars. Okay, so that's good. That's gonna help out.
Yeah,
quite a
we have
bit.
it's more spread out. Brent is probably watching bottom lane. You will probably see the health bars there in the actual video, but I currently am seeing the health bars for top lane.
Yeah, so that'll be a nice spread.
Mm-hmm.
As you can see, Caitlyn is just kind of slowly advancing her wall of traps here. This was really difficult to actually push out at all, but the nice thing was that anytime they got too close, Janna could hit them with a Gale, and then I could hit them with a stun, and then shatter on them, so it was kind of hard for them to actually get up close and do damage to the turret. Later on, we did actually revise this to try having myself lane with Arri so that he could be my mana whore, because Tarek does kind of have mana issues. I did get to take Clarity because we do have Janna with Clarity because she was playing our true support, so that's something I don't normally get the luxury of doing when I play Tarek, and it was nice that I had it that game.
See, actually,
You can
what
see
I
me
think
popping it
is
right
that
there.
this wall of traps is actually might be a tactical downsiding on their part. That was probably the wrong word, but oh well.
Tactical downside.
Yeah, technically, like, they don't get paid as much. Anyway, the thing... Oh, wait, hold on. Walker's getting a gank. Getting ganked right here. Oh,
yeah,
and there's
Jinzao
the
was
Sona
coming in,
ulti.
and
he
Sona
gets...
ulti, slow from the Trindamere, and oh my god. Yeah, that was a pretty funny moment. We were sitting around on Skype, you know, I'm down in bottom lane, I hear Walker on Skype, and he's like, oh shit, Jinzao, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. An enemy has been slain.
Yeah, he
So
gets
that was
killed.
a very confusing moment.
Yeah, especially
that
as a support.
Sona killing a Jinzao.
Yeah.
So right now we're feeling pretty confident. We got the first 2 kills in ways that should not have happened at all.
But yeah, as I was saying before that epic gank happened, the thing with this is the wall of traps makes it so that you can't leave your tower, but that they're not going to be able to push on this tower at all because you guys are just killing the minions. What they should have done, I think, is that they should have just let you guys push out, go around the bushes, and then be able to harass you really hard, especially the Janna.
Yeah, I do think that actually keeping us contained on turret, they did keep this lane pretty much constantly pushed, which was good for us because it allowed us to farm. And they say this is actually about where you want to try to pause the lane, is kind of right in front of the river, and Caitlyn pretty effectively did that for us. So I believe the turret hasn't even taken any damage at this point yet. It is going well. Up top, I don't actually know how much health that turret is on if you guys have been doing damage to that, because again,
we've been doing
load.
some damage to it. We have 1,000 health down on it right now.
Alright. Cho'Gath is going back there. You did manage to land the silence. I'm not really sure that was worth it.
Yeah, I don't know. I figured that I could get a heal off and then heal it all back, but I suppose not. But he was gonna go back anyway, so I wasn't really that worried.
Alright, so we do have... I apparently took quite a bit of damage to something here. We're getting to the point where we're getting hit by the Caitlyn... I don't know which ability is, but the one that shoots out the giant blade. I don't know what the key binding on that is.
Oh, that's
but getting
Q.
hit... Alright, so Caitlyn's Q combined with Nidalee's Spear have gotten to the point where it's doing a wee bit of damage. So we do have the teleport on the Cho'Gath to bring him back into lane fast. Did you go for 2 regrowth pendants to get the increased health regen? Because, as most of you probably know, Cho'Gath has a very large health pool. I actually played a custom game with him last night against bots, and I managed to get 7k health, I think, by stacking Warmogs. Just
Yeah,
for fun.
right now I don't know what I'm doing. I have really low health and I'm playing pretty aggressive. But okay, there I go. I'm starting to go back now. I can imagine
that's
that.
good.
Yeah, I can imagine that Cho is going to be trying to build that force of nature. After all, most of us are AP damage based.
Yeah, that is probably true. We do see the 2 health pendants there, so that probably is going to be built into a fawn. Right here, Trindamere trying to kill Sona, but Sona does manage... I don't know if she actually flashed there or if my game just lagged out, but either way, she did manage to get away from the Trindamere. Not a huge issue.
Yeah,
I did
know.
have to go back at this point, so Janna's just soloing the lane for a second, and if we look at my build right now, I did pick up an early heart of gold to get myself a little bit more,
Money.
gold. Yeah, ironically.
Money is the word for.
Alright, I just lagged out my game again there. But, yeah, I actually realized later on that I have this debate with myself about whether Heart of Gold or Philostone is better on Taric, and I'm leaning towards Heart of Gold this game because I was playing tanky rather than support. Normally, I would definitely say Philostone for that mana regen, but this game, I'm playing the weirdest Taric build you will ever see.
It's good.
Actually, I have seen Taric be played as a tank before. We do have both people in mid are going back at this point, so they're both going to go back to buy, and we'll check on their items in just a second.
At top, we're just farming right now. There's nothing really happening. We're just trying to harass as much as possible. I get hit with the silence right there, and yeah, we're harassing. Oh, Cho's already down to half health already. So
the funny thing is, I don't think I've looked at him all game, so it's telling me that he's still level 1 with 520 health right now.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that's not true.
Yeah, see, the thing is, with an all support game, you can't gank. You can't. Yeah, you don't look at other lanes very much, so you are basically very boxed in.
Yeah. I'm going to give away a little bit about the future of this game. You really start out your laning phase, you're not ganking or anything, and then it just comes down to team pushing. You need to stay together as a team for all support to work, and so you will just literally travel around as a unit of 5, walk up, tank a turret because you have so many heals that you can tank any turret at full health even if there are no minions there. And so you just go around trying to pick off turrets and then trying to get into team fights when it's good for you. And it's definitely a interesting play style.
Yeah,
it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And if you have 5 friends who normally don't get along very well, and you put them in all support game. Oh, where's the Jin Zhao?
Jin Zhao's heading top. I flashed out and Kale uses her ulti on me. And looks like I'm going to make it.
Yeah, we do have the slow from the Jin Zhao there, and yeah, you're going to make it out of there just fine. You're actually going back in here to silence the Jin Zhao and drop another Starfall on him, and...
Oh, here comes the exhaust.
I think you're... Oh, yeah, there's the exhaust. Okay, and... Oh, no, you do get eaten by the Cho'Gath, and the Jin Zhao lives. So Arri is now a feeder. Kale is going in on the Jin Zhao, but I don't think is going to be able to catch him. He's just getting away too fast.
Yeah. Also, Kale's really low on mana. She is only 25 mana right now. She's not going to be able to do anything against that.
Yeah, Sona did try to go up to help out there, but realized there wasn't really anything she was going to be able to do. So she did just go back to lane, and she's going to be harassing this Trendemir.
And by the way, as you can see in the chat, that this team is the new TSM/E2G.
Yeah, I don't know if you caught it earlier, but they said that when we said that comment about how support's the new meta, they said we were clearly pro and knew what we were doing. So we had this running joke about how we were the Smurfs for CLG, and they were the Smurfs for TSM, ETG, whatever. They claimed to be 2 different teams at once. It was very disorienting.
Yeah, that didn't really work in their favor.
I do love that shatter on Taric. It's really nice for farming, and I'm actually allowed to farm this game.
Yeah, and it seems that there are no longer a wall of traps just blocking.
Yeah, we did reach a point where Jenna could just shield me, and I could walk on and eat the traps and just clear those out. So we did manage to break that contain, and the lane is getting pushed a little bit more forward at this point.
That's good.
Nidalee has taken to hiding in that bush and just throwing spears at us, which managed to just barely juke that one there, actually. I remember that moment very specifically because we then were laughing about how that should have hit Lauren. Yeah. Most definitely, but it didn't.
Alright, let's actually, if you get the tab key, let's take a look at this.
Yeah, we can look at some of the builds right now. So you will see that, were you actually just stacking 4 Doran's rings? Was my thing glitching out?
See, here's the thing. You don't get that much money. See, I am only at 51 farm right now, and as a support lane, you can't really get that much farm. It was hard for me to really time my Qs right to get the farm, so I went back to base most of the time with just enough to get a Doran's ring, so I ended up just stacking.
So you ended up stacking 4 Doran's rings. Yeah. That's cool. So yeah, you can see the 4 Doran's rings there, a Doran's rings and then cooldown reduction on our Kale. I did go for the Heart of Gold, like I mentioned earlier, to get a little bit more gold. And we're starting to build AP Janna and AP Sona. I think this was the game where we decided to have Janna rush Will of Ancients. And later on we decided that that wasn't actually a great first item because it only really becomes useful in the team fights. But we did realize that Spell Vamp on this team would be very useful. So we had a rushing Will of the Ancients this game. This was one of the earlier games that we played. We played a few more since then, and so we still don't have all the kinks of the builds that we're going to go and things like that quite worked out this game.
Yeah, and a lot of things are very situational.
Yeah, that too. It's very situational. So there are going to be some moments where you look and wonder what we were doing. for example, the loading screen when you saw we had 5 support.
Yeah, that's a definitely what the hell is going
Yeah.
on moment.
So anyway, we got distracted from these builds. Our Sona did just finish up the Sheen there. Extra mana, extra ability power on that. Like we said, she's just building straight up AP. It's going to become really useful later on. Cho'Gath now has the Negatron Cloak, so yeah, he's definitely going for that Force of Nature. We do have the Wriggles on the Jinzao. Tryndamere going mad attack speed. Nidalee building a little bit of AP, support items, and just more 80 on the Caitlyn. Already got our BF swords, 2 Dorans. So
Yeah, if you look
pretty
at
standard builds all around for their team.
Yeah, if you actually look at our CS, our team is not doing very well in CS. Their Tryndamere
that
has
is definitely
67, their Cho has 64, their Caitlyn has 115. The person who's
Yeah, this
really
Caitlyn
behind.
was getting farmed pretty well.
Who?
This Caitlyn was getting farmed.
Yeah, this
pretty
Caitlyn's
well.
getting a lot of farm with that BF sword.
We do have another gank going on in mid. Jinzao is going to run in. I don't really know how he dodged the Sona ulti there, if that was just a little glitch on my part, but they do manage to take the Sona down there, so that's not going to be great. First death for the Sona there.
Yeah.
Although we do have Arri running down in mid, seeing if he can do something about that, save this tower. I don't know how much health is on that tower. And if
It's
he's gonna
about
be able to
half
get
right
it
now,
there.
90. Oh, and there's a Fortify.
Oh yeah, so Fortify coming in, we should mention that our Kale did take Fortify for situations like these. Jhin just stayed on that tower and kept hitting that, don't really know why he did that. And now, are you actually going to take him down at turret here?
Yeah, I'm just going to be taken down straight up. I should not have gone in that way. I should have gone in around Wraiths rather than straight around those two.
Yeah, alright, so not your finest hour.
No, and
It's okay.
I think they actually do manage to get mid tower off of this, so that was
Yeah,
a
Tryndamere
really
is back
bad
in
mistake
there
on my
hitting that,
part.
So, I don't know if he's going to be able to get that or not. I can't see health bars.
Guys,
Yeah, there
I
it
am
goes.
real
So,
noob.
yeah, Arri is a real noob. Arri was the weak point of this team. He just kept feeding like a noob. He was terrible.
Oh, shush you.
You know I love you.
Not really.
Ouch. Alright, so we are still just... I tried to go on the Caitlyn right there, and then I accidentally stepped on a trap.
Good job.
So, that didn't go so well.
Yeah, them stuns, huh?
Yep. Nidalee Spears, as you can see, doing a fair portion of damage there, although she's not building straight up AP Nidalee, because she is trying to go for a little bit more of a supporty vibe, so it's not as terrifying as it is. Caitlyn, on the other hand, can right-click and do big, disturbing amounts of damage, so I'm going to try to stay away from her for the time being.
Yeah, actually, now that you mentioned it... Oh, wait, hold on. There's another gank in mid.
Another Jinzao gank coming in. He is going to go. Sona is going to flash away, but I think she still got knocked up there. I'm not
Yeah, there it
entirely
is.
sure. Oh, yeah, there goes the knock-up. Okay, a little later than I thought. So Jinzao is just going to keep chasing her. A stun and an ignite on the Jinzao, but Sona does go down.
That's interesting.
And-
How did he kill her during... Oh, probably a red buff kill. That was probably a red buff dot. I was wondering, because Sona actually died while Zinjao was caught in her ulti, so I was very confused right there.
Yeah, I
Oh,
do
and
believe he had double buff. So,
it-
you do manage to get top
Yeah,
though.
I-
Cho'Gath,
oh, right.
however, is fully stacked now, so that's going to be unpleasant. Not
Yeah.
going to enjoy dealing with that.
Fully stacked.
Cho'Gath is so fun
Catalyst.
to play. Yeah, he's got the Catalyst. It does look like he's going to have that Force of Nature complete pretty soon, too. And then he's probably going to go for a Rod of the Ages after that.
However, we do have him at half health. I know that's not really saying much, but
Shot at Cho'Gath.
it is half.
Yeah, you actually are doing a lot of damage there. Oh yeah, Tryndamere did come around to save his teammate. If you just stayed on that and Tryndamere hadn't been
Oh, and
there,
there's
I
Jinzao,
dare say
I
he
know.
might have gotten a kill. Oh, Jinzao is going to come in there though, and so he's going to be dishing out a lot of damage. The silence from Cho'Gath going into. You do go down. Kale does flash over the wall, and is she going to be able to make it away?
No, he
Tryndamere
gets
does
caught up by
flash in,
the
he
knockup.
puts the slow, and then the knockup, and Kale goes down too. So got a little bit too greedy on the Cho'Gath
Yeah,
there.
definitely. We were
Yeah.
really trying to harass a lot, but then
Like I
lots of
said, we
times-
still hadn't figured out all of the kinks, and one of the major things we figured out kind of through the course of this game is never do anything besides team fight. You really want the full team there, so trying to 1v1 or gank or anything like that isn't going to do super well in an all-support game like
Yeah,
this.
what you want is a long, sustained fight. The thing is that because of a long, sustained fight, you have time to just keep healing while they are taking damage constantly.
Yeah, and that's really what's going to give you the edge. Sona is coming in here, so we're going to dish out a lot of damage on the Caitlyn, get the stun. She does flash away, and I think she's going to manage to make it out of here. No, we do actually catch up with her. We do get the kill on the Caitlyn. Nidalee just barely dodging that Gale, and I am tempted to flash in here, but I don't think I'm going to.
It would probably have
Flash is always a nice ability to take as Tarek, regardless of whether you're playing him in a stupid scenario like this or in a normal support scenario, because you can just hit him with the E. So Nidalee is going to stay to defend that turret, and we're just going to try to push this. I don't think we quite want to go on her, especially now that Jin Zhao is here, so we are going to back off from that.
Yeah, it's especially good with backing off. We have a lot of heals, that team-wide speed buff from Sona, and also the passive from Janna. It makes getting away really easy.
Yeah. Plus, you have so many CC effects. The Sona ulti, if you really need it, the Janna Gale, the Janna ulti, the Tarek stuns, the Kale slow. You have a lot of CCing to help get you out of sticky situations. So we do have Cho'Gath trying to push top, and it does look like Kale and Soraka are going to be going up there. He did juke into the bush, and I think they're just going to farm this.
Yeah, we're just going to farm that. Remind me again, is this the game where I lasted a really long time, or is this a different game I'm thinking of?
I think this is the game where you lasted an incredibly long time, and we'll see what we're talking about in a minute. This is actually not a commentary on your sex life, believe it or not. So we will show you what that's all about later on. Oh, we do have a huge fight going on right here. It does look like we got caught out trying to gank somebody in the jungle a little bit. Heals from the Janna ulti right there. Tryndamere does rush in to try to kill this Sona. I think Lauren later on said that ulti actually glitched out. It happened about a second after she hit it because she was lagging. So if the placement on that one looked really weird to you, that is the explanation behind that one.
Yeah, that Tryndamere is starting to do quite a lot of damage, but the thing is, we are just healing it straight back up.
Yeah, the heals and the CC are really what make this team comp strong. So now there are going to be 3 of us trying to push bottom.
Oh, top, we are engaging on this Cho'Gath.
Oh, yeah, you are engaging on the Cho'Gath, and you are doing a fair portion of damage there. I think you are going to just keep starfalling him. He is backing off, and Kale is going to keep hitting him with the attacks. And Cho'Gath actually has not built much armor. He's built mostly magic resist, so Kale, being our AP carry, is going to do a lot of damage. You do manage to pick up the kill there and get yourself a pretty little blue buff in the process.
Nice blue buff. The thing is that Cho was engaging with both of us there. He did have a lot of health, but the thing is, we have heals. We have 2 heals in this. That means we can stay in this fight for a very long time, and he just stayed there for way too long.
Yeah, so I think right now, part of the thing that actually gives us an edge here is that the other team just has no idea how to deal with a situation like this because it's so far from anything they've ever seen before.
Yeah, honestly, we were talking about this after our last game playing support. The best way to counter this, we thought, was just have a ton of ignite.
Don't tell them this. They're going to ruin our game.
Oh.
No, in all honesty, like, if they had more than 1 ignite on their team, because that's all they have right now, but if they had taken like 2 or 3 ignites and just ignited high priority targets so that the heals weren't doing as much, that definitely would have screwed us over in a lot of the team fights.
Also so, champions with a lot of really high bursts. That
we do have Jin Zhao going on the Sona again. He does flash in to try to get the knock up there. Looks like Sona's going to manage to make it back to turret and then actually stun him on turret to do a little bit of extra damage. He is going to manage to get away though.
Yeah,
I'm glitching out a lot with like the running and whatnot. So
oh really? Yeah, my video is also having some skips.
I'm getting a lot of just like champions moonwalking. It's actually kind of entertaining to watch.
It looks like I'm actually trying to go on this Cho'Gath. I do get knocked up, and I'm down at like past half health. This Cho'Gath is definitely killing me.
Yeah, so you're gonna run away from that like a smart little boy. You have learned your lesson since last time.
Definitely, and I do not want to feed that blue buff.
Down bottom, we do have just more farming going on. It does look like Jin Zhao was actually coming around in the jungle here, and I think you're actually safely at turret, so they are going to go on turret here. Tryndamere trying to do some damage. The Cho'Gath and the Jin Zhao come in too.
Apparently safely is not quite the right word for that.
Yeah, okay. They do get the kill. I thought Jin Zhao went down there, but apparently not. Oh, Kale does actually catch him in the bush there along with Sona. So they do manage to take the Jin Zhao down, and I think they're going to be able to run up and protect this turret from the Tryndamere. Cho'Gath does come in from the side there, hits the silence on Sona, but he's not really going to be able to do a whole lot past that.
Yeah.
So if we take another look at the builds, we do see that Kale has finished off her Rage Blade there. I have built an Aegis of the Legion, or Aegis, or Aegis, or however you pronounce that word. Nobody actually knows. Sona does have a Blasting Wand and a Tear of the Goddess, so I'm guessing we're going to see an Archangels out of her pretty soon. Janna has finished off that Will of the Ancients, which, like we said, we later realized was not actually the best choice of starting item. But she has it at this point, and it is going to be useful in the near future once the team fighting does start. On their team, Cho still has not actually finished off his Force of Nature, which I'm a little surprised about. Nidalee picking up a needlessly large rod for some extra AP there. Caitlyn has gotten her Bloodthirster, so that's going to be a pain to deal with. Tryndamere going more attack damage, more attack speed. And Jin Zhao picking up a Heart of Gold for a little bit of extra health, little gold. Going for the Merc Treads to reduce his CC. Never a bad idea on the
yeah, that's true.
tanky DPS champions.
Oh, and Cho is coming around behind. Oh, Tryndamere trying to gank this our Sona and our. Oh, and there's.
Oh, nice ulti from the Sona there. We do manage to kill Tryndamere, who just started dancing inexplicably. They do manage to get the Sona down. Kayla's going to be trying to run away from this Cho'Gath, and I don't know if she's going to make it. No.
No, I doubt it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it goes.
So Kayla is probably going to go down there, yep. Silence in the Cho. Meanwhile, we almost managed to get the Nidalee down here while that was going on. She did just barely manage to stay back from the turret, and we are going to kill the turret and then just keep pushing this lane forward, I do believe.
Yeah, because we have three there. 3 of them we knew were top, so we probably decided to just push it or just clear this minion wave and back out. Yeah, we're backing out now.
So we are going to back out after we clear that. But we did manage to get a turret there. Tryndamere is coming down from the top. And it looks like we might actually be going up to try to cut him off here. We're going to see if we manage to pull that off in the river. You are headed up. No, you're not going towards blue after all. We're walking past Dragon. I'm not exactly sure what was going through our heads at this point. I think we wanted to try to cut off the Tryndamere, and then after it wasn't there, we decided to go for the Jin Zhao. So you're going to open up with the Silence there and the Starfall, hitting the stun, doing a lot of damage on him. Decent amount of damage going down on our Janna, but we do manage to get some heals and some shields on her. Nice Gale from the Janna to push him out of the way, and I don't know if I managed to get the stun off here. I think I do.
Yeah, and there's the stun and the shatter.
Yeah, there's the stun, shatter, and Jin Zhao does go down.
I'm surprised we actually managed to get that.
Tryndamere is in the bush now, though, actually. Sorry to cut you off, but he's going to be doing some damage to our Kale. Soraka silencing the Tryndamere. He does a nice little, double juke over the wall there, and he manages to get out of that just fine. Although he did have to burn the flash for it, but better than dying.
That was an interesting double jump, jumping over one wall and flashing over the other. That was
definitely an interesting play that you can only do in a select amount of areas, but it's an interesting juke that I have not seen anyone do before.
And it seems that Caitlyn and Nidalee were pushing bot, so I went to go cover that. Unfortunately, I am taking quite a lot of damage, even despite my heals. I'm just taking shot after shot from this Caitlyn with 199 CS and a blood.
Yeah, we had a hard time denying her to any reasonable degree. Kale is going down, so I think she's going to try to help you pick up a kill here. No. Kale's actually... I thought she was going to go for the gank. Instead, it looks like she's just going to come around from the front and help out with that.
Yeah, I think I might have been just a little uncomfortable playing against these two, and I just wanted some help, honestly.
Yeah, so it does look like Sona and I are also coming down here. I did pick up a blue buff. I'm not sure if I actually got that from jungling or from killing the Jin Zhao, but either way, Tarek with blue buff is happy, Tarek.
Well, right now our blue is up, so I'm guessing you took that from the Jin Zhao.
All right. I am totally okay with that.
Yeah, see, I don't think we jungled that much either. We were very focused with our lane play.
You can't really jungle with this setup. Alright, Nidalee is going to try to come from the gank there. I do go up around, but we are just going to scare her off, and she's going to go back around.
Oh, and there's a Tryndamere and a Cho'Gath.
Here comes Tryndamere and Cho'Gath. Yep, Kale taking a decent amount of damage, a stun from the Sona, and we're just going to back off of that. We do not want to engage here. Tryndamere is charging forward, and we do hit him with a slow, followed by a stun, I believe. Where is the stun? There's the stun, and we don't manage to kill him before the Endless Rage does go up.
Yeah, unfortunately.
There is actually the possibility to just stun lock a Tryndamere and burst him down so hard that he can't between my stun and the Soraka silence, and you'll see a little bit of that later on where he just doesn't even get the opportunity to use it. We do go up trying to get the Nidalee there, but the traps do trigger, and then Cho'Gath comes in to scare us off, so we did get a little awkwardly split up there. Didn't do a great job of focusing. Meanwhile, Jen is just trying to hold top against the Jin Zhao.
We're
all healing each other back up. And Nidalee's Sphere did come in, so we know she's up there. Yeah, I think we do go up to try to find the Nidalee. Kale does find her up there, but... Oh, actually finds Cho'Gath and Nidalee trying to steal our blue buff. So we're all running up there. Kale's going back to mid. Sona's trying to come in from behind. We do manage to pick up the Tryndamere down there. Not quite sure what happened, but I missed that.
Yes.
Alright, they did kill the Kale, and they did manage to just run away there, and now they're going towards top.
Oh, and here Walker is going after that Cho'Gath. Oh, but here comes the Ninja, and that does not look good. I pop my ultimate, and Walker manages to flash over the wall.
Alright, so he does manage to get out of there alive, but it did take an ulti and a flash, so not the ideal situation to be in.
Yeah.
All of us are kind of going mid, going to group up there now and try to live.
Yeah, yeah, that's generally what you want. That last fight was
Living is
very
good.
weird. The two of us split off in separate directions when we should have just all gone in one direction.
We are going top to try to pick up the Cho'Gath now. Just barely does not get hit by the Gale, but I think I do get the stun off there. And now, huge amount of damage on the Zephyr from Jin.
Yeah, but Shatter and a Zephyr just take down the Cho'Gath really quickly.
Yeah, AP Janna can be scary sometimes, even though she's not building that much AP.
Yeah,
And
honestly,
I'm not actually sure how much of that was from the Zephyr and how much was from my Shatter, but
neither of you are building much AP.
yeah.
You have no
I'm kind
AP.
of surprised we hurt that much.
Although Janet
If we
does
look at
have-
Cho'Gath, he still doesn't have his Fawn. He decided to build all the components to Fawn and then get Rod of Ages instead of finishing off the Fawn. So I'll bet now he's wishing he had that instead.
Yeah, the extra health does help, but you do need the defensive stats to make that health last. So,
Yeah. So we do go down here to try to clean up this huge minion wave that's pushing on our turret. We are going to be able to clean that up just fine and push back the people who
Wow,
are
I
trying
am
to
just
attack the
hitting
turret.
skill shot after
Yeah.
skill shot.
You are just eating them like a pro tankster rocker right now. So we are going to chase them down.
Oh, and oh my
oh,
god,
stun from the
that
Sona and
burst.
huge burst, and then picked up by the Kale slow nuke right there. So that Caitlyn does go down. Cho'Gath is going to be here now to help us out. And I just realized something. I don't think this is actually the game where you lasted a really long time.
No, I don't think this is, unfortunately.
Because I remember we were on blue team. So what that basically means is we got attacked right about here and managed to run all the way down to here before, or sorry, this turret before Arri actually died, healing through the damage of their entire team. And by the time we got back to our turret, he actually had more damage or more health than he did when we started out. So it was a pretty awesome running away situation, but you're not going to get to see that.
Unfortunately. Okay, I remember this. Down here, I wanted to kill this Nidalee so bad. I knew I could take her, but you will see soon
But
enough.
she's smart and runs away.
Yeah,
Tryndamere did just get our top turret, and you do silence the Nidalee there, but
And
she does have a
look at
friend
that. Here comes a
in their turret.
Cho'Gath, and
Oh.
I am going to die really
Yeah, hello,
fast.
Cho'Gath. Well, our Janna did just kill that Tryndamere somehow, so I kind of wish I'd been paying attention up there instead of down here. You are still actually juking through the jungle decently well, but at this point the Caitlyn is showing up, and I think you are going to be forced to die. Yep. There, Cho'Gath eats your face.
Yep. Not very nice when a giant mouth encloses over your head. That's not a good feeling.
Yeah. Tends to involve not living.
Well, yeah, you would think so, wouldn't it?
Side effects may include death. Anyway, we do have the Jin Zhao coming up on the Janna in mid here, so he's just going to be farming that as much as he can. And Janna's trying to hold the lane. I am going down bottom to try to hold this against the minions that are slowly advancing on our position.
That one with a gun.
Yeah, the woman with the gun is actually the thing I'm more worried about.
Definitely.
That woman with the gun is scary. You can see she has picked up her Infinity Edge by now. She has picked up her Zeal, so she's going to be getting a lot of attack damage, some crit strikes, some decent amount of attack speed between that and the Zerker Greaves. So she's starting to hurt.
That's actually very interesting.
I did actually, if you look, have picked up a Thornmail by now, because between the Jin Zhao, the Tryndamere, and the Caitlyn, they're doing a lot of AD damage, so attack damage, yeah. Smart of me. They're doing a lot of AD.
Yeah.
So I decided to go with the Thornmail. You do manage to get the Nidalee there. I hit her with the stun, and it wasn't even really necessary.
No,
but
not really.
We do manage to kill the Nidalee. I would have been there sooner if it wasn't for the fact that it stepped in the Caitlyn trap. Now we have the most awkward engage right here, because we kind of... Or maybe this isn't what I'm thinking about, but I remember one time an engagement around here where we kind of got flanked and it was like this constant back and forth.
Oh, right,
This time we do decide to go out, and I think we're going to... Yeah, because Cho'Gath is up there pushing our turret, and we're not fond of that.
Yep.
So we're going to go up there, but he does manage to see us coming and run away. Fortunately, it means that he does not get the turret down. Unfortunately, it does not mean...
that we get to push.
We get to pick up a Cho'Gath.
Yeah.
And we didn't really get to push either. Yeah.
I just noticed something. Interestingly enough, that Caitlyn has actually sold her Bloodthirster that we were talking about earlier for the Infinity Edge.
Oh, that is an interesting choice. Although, if you mention between when she got her Bloodthirster and now I'm looking, she only got about 50 CS, so maybe she decided that we were kind of out of the lane phase and she just wasn't getting enough CS to make the Bloodthirster worth it.
That's very true. Also, we were bursting it down so very fast that she couldn't get the lifesteal.
She didn't really have the chance for lifesteal too. That's also true.
And it looks like a very awkward engage in mid right now.
Yeah, we're kind of trying to push this turret. Cho'Gath is going up top. He's getting cut off by the Kale and the Janna, so they're going to be dishing out the damage on him. Janna looks like she was probably low there because she was running away. I can't really see.
I don't know the health bars on that either. Caitlyn is unfortunately pushing our bottom. She already pushed down the first tower, and none of us are going to get that, so...
Tryndamere does come in here now, and we managed to hit the stun on him, doing some damage. We do pick up the Tryndamere because of the Sona ulti stunning him at the last second. So we do get the Tryndamere out of that, and now we're going to feel a little bit more confident about this positioning.
Very much so.
Cho'Gath
and I am back to full health. I was fixed in that fight, and now I'm straight back up to full health.
Right here, we kind of wanted to turret dive because they were both so low. Caitlyn is going to be pushing our bottom turret, and Tryndamere getting mad there about the amount of burst on that Sona. Right there, you can see how much damage she just did to Nidalee. They did get our bottom turret, unfortunately, and now Cho'Gath does come around behind us with a gank. We just decided to try to stay on this turret and take it for as long as we can to see if we can actually pick it up. I don't believe we pick it up. Cho'Gath does manage to force us off.
I am stuck in a very awkward
situation. There. Yeah. You got stuck in a really awkward place. You do get hit by the knock-up, and Cho'Gath does hit you with the silence. Sona tries to heal you up. I got hit by a trap over there, so now I'm going to be trying to come up around the side. Cho'Gath did flash in on you. I'm not really sure what the point of that was. He is going to be dishing out a little bit of damage, but I think you're going to manage to get away just fine. I, on the other hand, got caught on the wrong side of that and had to use a flash to get away from that Xin Zhao safely. You can see how big the particle effect is when I shatter on a Cho'Gath. So right there, he hits the silence, he hits the knock-up, Xin Zhao does charge in on us. We're trying to heal each other up, we're trying to get the stuns to keep them down. Janna does come in, misses the Gale there, unfortunately, because she was running at the wrong angle there. When somebody's running perpendicular to you like that, it's really hard to hit a Janna Gale like that.
Yeah, so you guys actually did manage to see some of the running awayness of the support team.
Support is really good at being afraid of people.
Yeah, definitely. But you definitely saw our health going up and down and up and down and up and down. Constant healing just makes us be able to run away so nicely.
Yeah, support is really good at just surviving, running away when you're in a bad position. We do find the Cho'Gath here. We hit the stuns on them. We're doing a lot of damage, and we do take down the Cho'Gath there. So we got caught a little out of position and paid for it with his life. Tryndamere does try to come in here. Another stun from the Sona, stun from myself, and we do manage to burst him almost down. I think he had to pop Endless Rage. I hit him with the stun there, and then Sona does actually manage to pick him up. Okay.
May I say
I was not expecting that. Yeah, I will grant you that. So now doing more damage to the Nidalee there. Kale is trying to go around and get the flank, but I think she decided against that, and unfortunately the minions are backed up all the way up here, so we can't really push this right now.
Yeah, we just wanted to push this tower, but without minions this wasn't our game where we decided to just tank turrets. We weren't that confident yet.
Yeah. Later on, we discovered that we can actually do that, but this game, I do charge in there, do pull up the turret aggro, and we do finally manage to take it down there, so that's good. And we are now going to be pushing this wave a little bit, pushing into their base, and at this point, they're starting to feel the pressure of the new meta.
Definitely. We're just pushing on their tower, and even with the tower hits, look at our health. We are all basically very high, and there's only two, and, Walker almost dies. It is very
almost dies, but we do manage to heal him back up there. Somebody tanks the Caitlyn ult quite easily.
Yeah.
So you can see how much those heals are worth.
Yeah,
just a clutch save there.
Look, Sona's almost back up to full health.
Yeah. So this is why we like all support. Yeah. Trying to dodge around the traps there, and then we just decided, no, we're just going to take out the traps because we can heal it back up.
Yeah, definitely.
There's nothing you can't do when you have this many heals. It's beautiful.
Yeah. You can see that Sona almost died. She was so close. But after all those heals back to full, that's a lot of healing.
Yeah. I believe everybody on this team does have a spammable heal except for Janna, so that's going to be really useful.
Yeah, and even then, Janna does have her shield and her ulti to heal.
Yeah. Well, I said spammable heal.
Well, I said spammable. Not to mention, she is the one providing Will of the Ancients to us.
That too. So a lot of spell vamp.
Yeah, lots and lots of spell vamp.
So if we take a look at the builds once again, we do see that Sona has gone for Lich Bane and a Void Staff and is now doing absurd amounts of damage. 205 AP right now, so that's decently good. I did go for the Glacial Shroud here to give the cooldown reduction to everybody. I already got the Aegis, the Thorn Mail. Arri, you are going for a Void Staff and a Rabadon, so you're also getting a lot of AP. We do now have Nashor's Tooth on the Kale. And Jen is still kind of getting a weird build here. I'm not sure exactly what she was building into this point.
Yeah, she wasn't quite sure about it, I don't think. And
they did manage to get Baron, but we just dropped that Tryndamere.
yeah, so Baron doesn't even matter when you instantly die with it.
Yep.
Surprisingly enough, I actually have more AP than our Sona, even though she does a ton of burst.
I guess Sona just scales better with AP.
I guess so. I have 400. Wait, yeah, I have 405.
Yeah, you have 400 and she has 20. Although Sona's doing more single target, so we do have the Sona ult come in there. We don't manage to pick up a kill off of it, but we do a lot of damage. We force the Caitlyn back, hitting the the Jin Zhao and the Cho'Gath a little bit there. We are being forced back. A Janna Gale comes in to knock all of them into the air. And now we're just trying to run away at this point. You do get hit by the knockup, but you manage to flash out of that.
And look at those heals.
Some serious damage. The Nidalee heals have gotten to the point where they're doing quite a bit too, so that's going to counter us a little bit. Jin Zhao does jump in on us, but we do manage to hit him with a knockup. I think I hit him with a stun. I don't know if we get the kill. No. I just decided to
does
Rambo
almost
in,
die there, but then again, once again, damn heals.
Oh, look, more heals. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do think we actually managed to pick up the Caitlyn right here. She does try to juke around to the side, but we do just go down and cut her off.
Yeah,
and you do pick her up with a Starfall there. We do already have this inhibitor down, and I believe that they are going to surrender at this point. You can see them raging a little bit in the chat. I would rage too if I was unexpectedly beaten by all support.
Yeah, definitely. It's not something you see every day.
We didn't do this expecting for it to work, let me put it that way. We do have the Janna Gale down there to force everybody back, and we are just going to be running away at this point. Maybe the game doesn't end quite yet. Not sure.
It seems like it doesn't. We do manage to get away with the team-wide speed buff and the
Janna passive.
Really good at running away. What can we say?
I believe I had somewhere on the lines of 480 move speed there. So the only other time I normally see 480 move speed is when I'm a Karthus and just came off revive.
Yeah, definitely. And when you have that much move speed and those heals, you really can't do much to chase. You gotta
Walker trolling a little bit there, asking them if they want to surrender now. Because they were raging in the chat.
Well, what can you do? Support is the new meta.
Support is the new meta. So, at this point, we're pretty much just waiting it out. We have pushed into their base. We have their inhibitor down. They have kind of an even spread on turrets, if you look. They have all of our turrets that aren't in our base, whereas we have one turret bottom, two turrets top, and middle inhibitor.
Yeah, that's because while they can split push, we have to stay as a team. We have to stay as a single unit.
That is the one downfall, is split pushing. You have to be pretty on top of dealing with split pushes or you're going to fail if you try this strategy. And one of the more recent games we played with this, we actually had a huge issue with the split push because they had a Shaco and a Graves, so we got split pushed quite a bit.
Those Nidalee spears are starting to do a ton of damage.
Yeah. Well, if we look at Nidalee's build right now, she does have the Blasting Rod, she does have the Zonias for that 100 AP, she does have the Cage's Lucky Pick. So she's going to be doing a lot of damage with those spears. If I can click on her right now, she has 215 AP.
Yeah, so not bad. We saw there that like, oh, we are getting flanked again. This is a bad situation for us, but we do burst
stun
down.
Does go down there. We burst down in the middle. Tryndamere runs in. We hit him with another stun and burst him down, dude, before the ulti manages to even go up. Cho'Gath tries to gank us here, and we just all focus the Cho'Gath, which wasn't the smartest moment. I believe he did try to eat me there. He thinks he's going to get away, but we hit him with the stun and the slow. So that flash was in vain.
By the way, may I take note of your and our Janna's scores right now?
Oh yeah, if you look at my score and Janna's score, Janna is 2-0, I am 5-0, so we literally had a double perfect game here. Our lane never died. Jin Zhao tries to run in here, do a little bit more damage. We do get forced back here. More heals going out all around, and as you can see, most of us are already back up to almost full health.
And both Nexus turrets go down, and this is game.
Yeah, we're going to manage to get the Nexus here. Caitlyn tries to run in. We were talking about the power of the new meta there, and we do manage to actually win the game with an all-support team.
We were not expecting this in the slightest.
The first time we did this, we were just doing it for fun, and once we realized that it could actually be semi-viable, we were extremely surprised.
Yeah.
So we kept kind of tweaking it until we managed to pull our stuff together, and so far, I believe we have about... It's still definitely not the most reliable strategy. I think we have about a 50-50 win rate using this so far.
Yeah, so far it's only 50-50.
I mean, there are a couple things about it. First of all, it's fun. It's ridiculous. It's just like absolutely absurd, and that makes it fun.
Let me just
It's
tell you
also,
this: there's a lot of yelling.
there's a lot of stressful yelling, but here's something I've actually noticed. If you're the kind of person who you get some friends together and then you end up getting really stressed out and angry at each other when something goes wrong, like, I love my friends, but we do that all the time in LoL. It's just like the rage factory.
Yeah, and you see,
So this is actually a good team building exercise. I don't mean to go all like touchy-feely on a video game channel, but it is. It's a good team building exercise. So do this with a couple of friends and you will feel closer at the end of the day.
and even if you rage at each other, the thing is, no one's going to take much offense of it. And unlike in a solo queue, you rage at someone,
Yeah.
and guess what?
That too. So yeah, if you have 4 friends and you all happen to have a few support champions, try this out and let us know how it goes, actually, because we're interested to hear also other team comps, for example, because there are a couple of support we don't have here. We did pretty much try to go hard support. You can make an argument for a champion like Nidalee. You could consider her a support. You could consider Zillion a support to a degree. We did try to just stick to the champions that are really
heal base.
meant to be played as support rather than just kind of like support AP carry hybrids or anything like that. So we did try to stick to that, and as you can see, it actually worked in the end.
Yeah, surprise,
somehow.
surprise.
Yeah, surprise, surprise. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. We do have a couple more support metagame replays. So if you guys want to see some more of this crazy playstyle, let us know, and we have a couple more replays we can upload. If you guys want to see more LOLcast in general, also let us know, because we have a couple good games we're sitting on that we can get around to casting. Thank you for watching this very much. If you enjoyed it and you want to see more content from LoL or any of the other games we play on this channel, hit the little subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. It's always greatly appreciated, and we will see you guys next time.
Later.